All right, guys. So after how many years of Deji always insulting P2B, always defaming him on Twitter, on Facebook, P2B have actually had enough. You get? He has had enough, and he has decided to sue him. You get? Suing him just he gave him 7 days to retract all those things, to apologize, delete all those tweets, and you know stop disease from calling his name anymore. You get? So he sent him this letter, and he gave him 7 days to do that. But Deji, who is now a lawyer, I don't know how this man became a lawyer, because a lawyer does not talk the way he talks. Like, he talks so loosely. You get, you know. So this is what Deji said when he got the letters. He said, just got this letter from P2B, the religious bigot, demanding a retraction from me. I laughed so hard. I can't wait to meet him in court finally. A fraud, parading himself as a messiah. This same guy called the Great Showore a blackmailer in chief. We served this little errand girl Sarah a letter to retract all her defamatory publications on Monday against my wife, and she ran to the leader of the mob for help. Can't wait to meet him in court. Like, he's so confident that he can't wait to meet P2B in court. Anyways, I'll read out a lot of things. The highlighted places that P2B gave us reason, things that he does not like about all the tweets he's been making towards him. So this is one of them. He said, demand for retraction and apology for defamatory publication against His Excellency Mr. Peter Gregory Obi. Now, if you come down here, it says Peter Obi can only be president of the obedient on social media. You see that my one vote. I would rather give it to Tinubu than the leader of the mob. You can see that leader of the mob, they marked it. Political extremists who do not want Nigerians to criticize their presidential candidates have no place in our polity. So Peter Obi is actually suing him here for calling him leader of the mob. So who is the mob? Now, which people be the mob? You understand? He also called him a political extremist. Omo, this guy should be ready to come and defend himself. I'm telling you. Now, here again, in the underlined words, he said, I said I met him and he tried to give me money and called it thank you for coming. It is 100% true. I said he took Anambra State funds and invested in his family business. It is true. And lastly, I said he's a religious bigot for using religion to campaign. It's also true. You see? Now, if you come under it again, he said P2B is a religious bigot for using religion to campaign during the last presidential election. On 4th of March, Deji also said P2B is a fraud. I am 100% sure he pays all the influencers promoting him online. He says he's 100% sure, so he will have to prove it. He tried to pay me after I met him for a 2 hours meeting at his instance during the campaign. He called the money, thank you for coming. I repeat, Obi is a fraud. Let him sue me if he is not, you see. Then on April 4th again, 2023, he said, P2B is a product of bad upbringing. Only people who are badly brought up use religion and tribe as a weapon of division or to secure advantage. Your education is a waste if all that matters to you is your tribe, religion, but you come out deceiving people and acting civilized. I don't understand. P2B goes to different places in the country to do charity work. How is he a bigot? Omo, let's continue, Sha. On April 1st, on April 1st, 2023, Deji also said P2B, the religious bigot, has been exposed. I kept screaming in all I kept screaming it all along as he went from church to church campaigning for 7 months. Once a religious bigot, always a bigot. He did same as governor of Anambra. Even Buhari in all his majesty was not this bad. He's comparing P2B to Buhari. Now, on the same 1st of April again, 2023, he said P2B has always been a scorn and will remain one. Now, on the 20th of January 2023, He said Peter Obi, as governor of Anambra, lodged billions of Anambra State funds in a bank. He had interest and was generating interest from same even after he left office. If that is not corruption and abuse of office, I don't know what else is. This is same thing as SPV and Alpha Beta. So Peter B is saying that he will have to prove all those things. On the 10th of October 2022, another one. Peter B and everything he represents is a complete lie. He spent 3 hours justifying how he took $12 million from Anambra and invested in family business. Everyone around him is a liar for saying anything to the contrary. When I tried to leave, he offered me money as thank you for coming. You have to prove it, though. It is not just about talking. Say you be lawyer, no me. Now he's on the 3rd again of September 2022. He said Peter Obi is the thief, because he took billions of Anambra State money and put it in his family business. I have never held any public office and he lies for a living. He's a scam. He tried to give me money to support him and I came online to expose him. That's why you are all angry. On July 25, 2022, he also said, the real reason I stopped supporting Peter Obi was after I met him for a 3 hour meeting at his instance, of course, and he told me he invested billions of Anambra State funds into his family business, and the man was even trying to justify it. So many other things he said, somehow. So these are the things that Peter Obi alleged that Showore said about him, and that he's not going to take it lightly. Now, this is what Peter Obi wants him to do. Peter Obi demands that he immediately delete all the defamatory posts against him on social media, including Twitter and Facebook. Issue a full, unreserved, unqualified, and public apology to Peter Obi. That he should publish it on his page, this Twitter page, and on his Facebook account. You get? So I don't want to be reading everything because of time. So you can see. And the worst part is that this thing happened yesterday, and already this morning, Deji has gone to Channels Television to keep saying all those things. So it begs the question that, does it mean that he has proof? It looks like he has proof, he has evidences, and he's saying it. I'll put the video of his Channels interview. It's about 4 or 6 minutes long, 7 minutes long. I mean, he was repeating all these things he said. He's repeating it. So, in all honesty, he's saying it with a lot of confidence, and I would not like Peter Obi to back down. I mean, back out this time around. Peter Obi gave him 7 days to retract all those things. So, in case he does not retract it, then they will proceed to court, and then whatever he says in the court, fine. But if he's able to prove all these things, then while I go deal. If he's able to prove all these things, while I go deal. In fact, in this interview he's having right now, he had this morning, he said a lot of things. Like, he gave some examples that Peter Obi is a political fraud, political prostitute by jumping from one party to the other, because he said that he will never leave ABGA. For that reason, he's a political prostitute. He's a lawyer. He knows how to defend himself. So when the time comes, you will see. Anyways, watch the video yourself and then tell me what you think about this whole saga. Whose side are you on? Let's have it right in the comment section.
It is long, lots of things said, but let's just start by saying this is not in court yet, so we can discuss this. What exactly is your grouse against Mr. Peter Obi and the obedience?
Yes, so in the wake up to the 2023 general election, because I'm not political, I'm just expressing my thoughts about why the opposition should come together and unite against the criminal APC and roguish APC government that always rig elections. That if the opposition is divided, that there's no way they can win. I was just expressing my political thoughts and views. The idea of the Obi candidacy excited me, and I said, but that he needed the buy-in of Atiku and Kwankwaso. I even urged Kwankwaso to deputize Obi. I urged Atiku to step down for Peter Obi, and all that. So in the process of that analysis, just expressing my views. I also said the fact that Atiku has been running for president in perpetuity, that he cannot continue to run. I was just expressing my views as a Nigerian. So then Peter Obi all of a sudden started trying to reach out to me to meet me. But at that time I was out of the country. I think I was in Dubai or somewhere. You know, so, but he was persistent in reaching out to me. And I was avoiding him. But, you know, I didn't want to see him because I didn't want it to look like, oh, because I've expressed my views, which seems to be like almost in his favor, he now wants to see me and corner me to be one of his supporters. But I don't want to support any position because I'm not partisan. Because some people had already started even resigning from activism and joining him. You know, so I didn't want to join his bandwagon, but I was excited by the idea of Peter Obi because, of course, Southeast has not produced a president in a very long time, except after post-independence anyway. So I was excited. So subsequently, I made some further views, and this time around, he was more persistent. So one of his aides, a journalist, reached out to me. So we subsequently met. And I said, yes. He commended me for some of my views and all that and said that it would be exciting to work together. I said, I'm not working with anybody. But I now made some observations about the things that he has been accused of doing in the past. Corruption. Sarah reporter reported a story where his staff was caught with money. He tried to explain it, but I was not satisfied. Then I also raised the issue about these issues of him using state resources in Anambra to invest in his family business. His explanation to me in his defense was that he had resigned from the company before he became a governor. I was flabbergasted. I couldn't just wait to get up to leave the place. I'm like, how can a man that wants to be president of Nigeria not see the clear abuse? You understand? That he has abused his office to do such a thing. He was justifying it. He didn't see anything wrong in it. I was completely disgusted. So eventually I didn't want to disrespect him, so I wanted to leave. And then he got into, because we're like in the living room, it's like a suite. Then he got into a room and said, oh, please, he's coming. That he wants to go inside the room and he has something for me. So he brought one envelope or something like that. And said, no, this is just a small thing. It's just for coming, blah, blah, blah. I said, I laughed. I said, that means you don't know me. I said, and you are friends with Mimiko, former Governor Mimiko and others. There are people that I was close to. You will have asked them about me. If we do anything, it's because of conviction. It's even me that will bring out of my money and support you. You know, so he kept insisting that it's not like that. It's not what I'm thinking. I said, God forbid. I left. So, however, I never revealed what happened to anyone. So I remember vividly, he went to, was it Egypt, to inspect some power something. At the peak of the Ekiti election, when his candidate in the Labour Party was running. So I criticized and said, you should be in Ekiti and not in Egypt. And I said, because you want to be president, you must go and campaign for your candidate and try to win. Man, his aides, some of these young boys that are around him, started insulting me. That the reason why I'm criticizing him now is because that I was saying that he was okay, he was good. That the reason why I'm criticizing him now is that I brought a proposal to him and I demanded, is it 200 million or something? And that he told me that I said, me? And these are his close aides. So they started doing that. So I said, oh, because I had observed the pattern about them, that they terrorize people online, insult people, slander people. His mob, his obedient mob, were practically uncontrollable during the last election. So I said, okay, so these people do not even want dissent of any kind of criticism of their candidate of any kind. I said, okay, I'm not going to even leave Tinubu alone and now face them. Because we cannot have a situation in our country or in our polity where political extremism becomes the order of the day. And Nigerians are living witnesses to the things that eventually happened to the build-up of the last election. We have never had this kind of toxic political experience. Aside the Buharis, after the Buharis, the obedient mob is the most toxic political movement that we have ever witnessed in this country. They threaten Supreme Court judges, Court of Appeal Court judges, threatening artists, threatened Professor Wole Soyinka, insulted everybody in this country because of Peter. And so, and what are the things I said? Everything I said is true. In a civil suit or criminal suit of defamation, justification, truth is a defense. What are the things I said? I said he's a political fraud, that he's parading himself as a messiah. Of course he is a political fraud. Didn't he swear that he will never leave Abga? That any day he leaves Abga, let something which I won't want to say on TV. Then he left Abga. The only thing that I forgot to say, among the things that he should now add to his defamation suit, is that he's a political prostitute. Hobnobbing, and look at what he said about the people that he wanted to defeat in the last election. He said they operate a structure of criminality, but today he's with them. He has one leg in PDP, they are discussing with him, another leg in ADC, and he's still a member of Labour Party. Confused politician. So he should do his worst.